Okay, we didn't do anything substantive. It's all right. These classes are being recorded. They're usually posted, they're edited and then posted usually on Tuesdays. And what I try to do is remember to go in, find the recording for you, and then I send out an email to the class with a link to the recording. Certainly, if you know how to sign into the Women's League website, you can find it yourself. It's not challenging, but I've been trying to send the reminder or send the link to people. And I figure it's also a reminder, if you haven't done any review for the week yet, you should start. It's only Tuesday and put in your 20 minutes. So that's my philosophy. And there is at least one woman, Susan Steinberg, who is in this class, but isn't here this week. She was going to come in the morning. And as we said, Cindy is supposed to be in my morning class, but she's here in your afternoon class today. So that's everything. Let's turn to page 99 of the Ain Kelohenu book. And on page 99, it's at the top of the page, it says a review of the alphabet. Everybody see that? Okay. And I would like us to just read. So we're going to be reading on the right-hand side of the page. The top column says the consonants. So he goes down the alphabet in order, but he also has a couple of letters that have what I call sister letters or Sophite letters, that where they change when they at the end of the line, they go from right to left. So if I'm calling on you to read, you need to read the sister letter or the Sophite letter kind of goes off to the left a little bit. You'll see there's like 3 columns under the consonants. That's all I'm trying to point out to you. Okay.
Can I ask you a question? I don't have the book.
You didn't get, there's a PDF on your computer.
Oh,
I sent you. If you go to the email I sent you.
I'm going to have to. Okay. I'm trying to figure out. I have to zoom out.
I can even.
Oh dear.
What page?
I don't know how to do that with a PDF.
I thought you were saying to go to page 99. Is that?
I am saying to go to page 99. Yes.
Okay.
Was that PDF from this past Sunday? Because
Yes.
I missed the email.
I sent you an email on Sunday with a PDF of the book attached. All right. If enough of you don't have it, give me 1 second and I will pull it up. Okay.
On page 99, I have vocabulary of Jewish life.
Okay, there's 2. This thing is numbered on the PDF. The number is different than the textbook.
Okay.
99 is what we're looking at, but it's page 9. The PDF, it's 95, I think. if I'm
Thank
reading
you.
right.
Okay.
Oh,
I apologize. I'm physically looking at the book. Okay. Very good. Okay.
Got
I don't have the PDF. I can't seem to find it.
Okay. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to pull it up and share my screen. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Here.
Okay. All right. I'm going to get to the right page first before I start sharing. Give me a second. All right. And you guys, you can easily mute if you're having background noise. Just remember it. We all hear it all. All right. I'm almost there. Give me 1 more second. Here we go. Okay. Now let me make it a little bigger so we can see it better. And then I'm going to share it. Oy, not so good, too big, can't see it. Goodness gracious, why is it? Okay, I apologize. Here we go. Okay. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, can everybody see this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so is it big enough for everybody?
Yes.
Could be bigger.
How's that?
Yeah, that's good.
Better, much better.
Okay, good. Okay. So what I was explaining is that, so he calls them the consonants. That's what these letters are. They are all consonants, right? We remember that the vowels are all separate. They're over here. And he doesn't tell us the names of these vowels. We're not going to worry about that right now. But what I would like us to review, and let's not look this column starting at the middle of the page going to the left, don't worry about that. We're just gonna read the names of the letters, okay? Everybody all right? So I hope it's all right. I'm gonna call on you. And if you'd rather I don't call on you to read, just say pass. But my philosophy is you need to be comfortable reading out loud. That's part of how we pray together. And I want you to be comfortable doing that. Everybody here is to support everybody else. So we take turns reading. Okay? Diana, will you read the first 4 lines?
Okay. Aleph, Bet, Gimel,
No,
Dalet.
slow down, slow down.
No?
You're good, you're fine, you're fast, but you forgot the one over here.
Oh, I didn't know. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't realize we had to go there. Okay, so
Yeah.
Aleph, Bet, Beit.
So this is a vet. Well, so here, let's talk about
Oh,
vet.
Vet.
and
Okay,
vet.
it's a little hard for me to see. Okay, I didn't realize.
Yeah,
there's no dot
I
there. Okay,
appreciate it. Let's see if I
yeah,
can make
yeah,
it
okay.
a little
mean-
bigger. Hold
yeah,
on.
okay.
Count doesn't wanna, here we go. How's that?
Okay,
Is that
all right.
better?
Yes, Aleph, Bet, Vet. Okay, Gimel, Dalet.
Thank you. Okay, now, and I just want to say about bet and vet. So they're actually written as bait and vate, because you see there's 2 dots under it. But none of
Right.
us calls this a bait or a vate. We all call them bet and vet. So I just want you to know that. But technically this vowel sounds like A, right? It's just,
Yeah.
it's a tsare and it's supposed to sound like A, but we don't pronounce it that way. Anyway, all right. I think you went to Dalit, right? So we're gonna
Yes.
start
Yeah.
with the next one. And Paul, can you read starting here?
Oh, shit.
Have to forgive some of my Ashkenazi pronunciation.
Okay, well, now I'm gonna tell you that I'm gonna correct that because Ashkenazi is old school and modern Hebrew is all Sephardic.
I know, but I still revert to the old pronunciation as
Well,
much as I try not to.
okay, and that's what practice is for.
Okay, Dala, Hey, Vav, Zion.
Perfect, thank you, very nice. Sherry,
Um,
right here.
oh, if I look up there, it'll be easier.
Yeah, because I'm pointing to where we are.
I'm trying to look at the small print on my page. Chet, Tav,
No, read what it says.
Tet,
Tet, tet, right.
Tet.
Did you find it then? You did?
Help. Yud
Yud, perfect.
and Ha,
So this cough, and now you have to go across.
Ha,
So this is
Ha.
cough. This
Kaf.
one,
Oh, Ha.
so, okay, can people who have
Cough.
background noise, please mute, because it's hard for us to hear each other. So this is cough, yes. Now this
Cough.
does not have a dot in the middle, so how is this pronounced?
Chak,
Chaf. So this cough has a hard K or a slightly hard K sound. This has no dot in it, so it's the back of the throat, chaf.
Ah.
And then this is what comes when it's at the end of the word, and it's called chaf sofit.
Chaf, so feet.
Exactly, very nice. Okay, let's see, where am I next? So that was Sherry, right?
Rachel, can I interrupt for a minute? I'm back.
Oh, Julia, hold on 1 second. Let me stop sharing so everyone can see you.
Okay.
I have to, oh goodness, stop sharing. Here we go. There you are.
Hi. Hi, everybody. I just wanted to jump in and introduce myself. For those of you that don't know, my name is Julia Loeb. I'm a Women's League Vice President and co-chair of the Education Committee, which is the little corner of Women's League that's sponsoring these classes. I like to think of it as brought to you by the letters W and L. No. So I just like to come on. I'm glad you all made it here. I've been the one that's sending out the emails, and for some reason my email has ended up in a lot of spam folders this go around. So I just put my email in the chat again. Please feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions or issues. It takes some time in the first couple of weeks till everybody settles in at their right place. So if this class is too easy or too hard, let me know and we'll try to shift you. Just for your information, we started these Hebrew classes a year ago, September. So this is now our fourth semester that we've been doing this. We started with 3 classes, 1 each level, and now we're up to 11 classes and 10 teachers. So you are one of 180 Women's League members who are taking these classes. So bravo to you for signing up. So there are other classes at this time that are going, there are 3 other classes at this time that are going on. So if you did need to move a level, move to beginner or move to intermediate, that could work too for this time. And I just wanted to share one other thing that I forgot to talk about in Rachel's morning class. And that's, I live in the Washington, D.C. suburbs. And I got a flyer from the DC JCC and just looking through, and I noticed that they were offering Hebrew classes. So I went to check it out to see what kinds of things they were teaching. Now, this was a conversation class, not a reading class like this one. But the class was about the same time. It just started this week. They were finishing up earlier than we do, I think in the middle of May. It met once a week for an hour, and that class was $430 for the semester. This class offered to you free, gratis, completely as a benefit of your Women's League membership. So go back to your sisterhoods or your synagogues, I should say, and tell all those women who are not Women's League members what they're missing out by not joining. So, and the other thing is that, as I'm sure Rachel mentioned already, and I just touched on, this is a reading class. It's not a conversation class. It's not a liturgy class. It's not comprehension, understanding, although you will probably get a little bit of all of that in this class too. We're not going to say, no, I'm sorry, you can't learn anything about the prayer or what that word, shalom, forget it. You're not going to learn what that means because we're just learning how to read. No, it's not going to be like that. But we are looking at trying to offer other classes to include these classes for next fall. So if there's something that you would really be interested in, send me an email and we'll see what we can do for that too.
Julia, just one thing. So, and you and I talked about this earlier. If you would send to me so I can share with the class the numbers for signing in through Zoom. Some of them, they can sign in on one device of theirs, but they can't, it's not working on another.
The
So
meeting ID and password.
that's what I call it.
Yes.
Thank you. Yes.
Okay, I will send that for
Yeah,
each
if you
of
send
the
it to me, I'll
classes.
share it with everyone.
Okay, I will
Perfect.
do that.
Wonderful. Okay.
All right. Thanks so much, everybody.
Shabbat shalom, Julia.
Bye. Shabbat shalom. Have a
Shabbat
good
shalom.
class.
Thank
Hello.
you.
You're welcome.
All right, I'm going to go back to screen sharing. Okay, so I think, had just done Kaf, Chaf, Chaf, Sophie. I'm going to assume that's where we are.
Yeah.
Sorry? So I was explaining that with a Kaf, you have the dot in it. It's called a nikud, that dot. With a Chaf, the letter looks the same, but there's no dot. And then the version of this letter, when it's at the end of the word, is always the Chaf Sophie. So it has a guttural sound to it rather than the harder sound of the Kaf. Okay. All right. I think I'm at Marcia. And if you would start.
So the one without the dot in it is a cha,
Exactly.
not a ka. Okay.
Exactly. That's correct. Okay. Marcia, will you pick up right here?
Lamed, Mem, Mem Sofit, Nun Sofit, Samach.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Very nice. Sandy, will you pick up here?
Ayin, pay,
Okay,
so,
so
so
slow down. Okay, you got the pay. Again, the pay is exactly right. Let's see if I can make this a smidgen
then
bigger.
Fay, Sophie.
Hold on one, so hold on, right. So pay, because it has a dot in it, without the dot is fay, like
Fay.
PH, okay, PH,
Sophie.
and then fay, so feet. When it's the so feet at the end of the word, it's always the PH sound, okay? Excellent.
Sadi,
Okay,
Sadi, Sophie.
Perfect, Sadi Sophie, very nice, thank you. All right, let me give someone else a chance. Karen, will you take us to the end?
Huff.
So try to slow down. This actually, you see the dot in the middle?
Oh,
That's a oo sound.
koof,
So koof.
koof, resh,
Mhm.
shin, sin,
Mhm.
tav,
Tav
tav,
and tav.
tav.
So this is the one where those who learned Ashkenazi learned this to be pronounced more like an S, which is no longer the way it's pronounced. So this letter, whether it has a dot in it or no dot in it, is always pronounced tav. Okay, tav.
Thank
Okay, excellent. So, you might want to keep this handy for reference. Alternatively, I'm going to stop sharing and go back to seeing you all. Alternatively, as I say, I sent you this other page, okay, which this is, I apologize that my camera is, there it is. This way?
Yes.
Okay. So this one, if you have handy for class, is a very handy reference. I hate the fact that it has the English transliteration, but because I think you're beyond that, and I think you should just, and the Hebrew is written very small in the lower right corner. So that's the challenge of this particular document. And it does have that Ashkenazi pronunciation of tav at the end, which ignore that, it's wrong. Anyway, okay. So where I'd like to go now is I'd like us to look, so let me back up for half a second. Those of you who did not take the time to open the PDF of Ein Keloheinu, this is the book, I'm holding it sideways. You really should. If you can't open it, for some reason it got corrupted when I sent it, send me an email, I'll send it to you again. You can buy this book. It's not that expensive. It's old. So it's, you have to get it sometimes used. My copy is used. I think it's out of print, honestly, but you can find it through Amazon. I think I bought it from a place called Thrift Books, but they're in very good condition. They tell you what kind of condition they're in before you choose which one you want. The reason I really encourage you, if you want to understand Shabbat morning services, this book does a phenomenal job of explaining it to you. Why the service is the way it is, where the prayers came from, why they got put in the order they're in, why we have acrostics, which are poems that are in, alphabetical in their listing versus parallelism of prayers, where we seem to keep repeating certain concepts, but that's kind of the idea. And since it's all poetry of one form or another, those of you who love poetry, I think, will really appreciate the way he explains this. And he does a really good job. So that's what I encourage you to do. We're going to move on to the Ein Keloheinu prayer. Everyone have a prayer book? Yes,
Yeah.
good. Okay.
Rachel,
Yeah.
another option you can do is print it, which I did, and
Yes.
put it in a notebook, and I have it all here.
That's wonderful. I have students
Just
who are.
wanted to point that out.
Yes, I agree with you completely. Rather than printing it, I decided to buy the book, honestly. And The copy that I sent you, the PDF copy, is not a bad copy. I think it's easy enough to read. Yes, Maxine, you have a question?
Oh, no, my husband's showing me where it is in the book.
Oh, excellent. Okay, so in Lev Shalem, it should be on page 204. It's in multiple places, I will tell you. You can find in Kelohenu in many parts of the book, but I'm virtually certain you're going to find it on page 204. In Sin Shalom, which is what I have in front of me, I'm going to turn to page 508. I will tell you that it's also going to be the prayer before Aleinu. So if you open your book and you see Aleinu, turn the page, you'll find it on the page before, because that's the order of the prayers. So Ein Kelohenu should be pretty familiar to everyone. We're going to read it, not sing it. The beauty of it is there is a lot of, I call it repetition of sound. So again, the prayer is written as it tells us in the textbook that we're using in an A, B, C, D kind of pattern. And while in our prayer book, we have 2 columns and we have Aleph for the first 2 lines, Mem for the 3rd and 4th line, Nun. If you were to write this out as 4 columns, you'd have Aleph, 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 Aleph. Then you have Mem, 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 Mem. This is the acrostic way of the prayer. And when you look at the first 3 stanzas, the Aleph 4 columns, the Mem 4 columns, then the Nun, if you look at just the first letter of Aleph, Mem, Nun, you get the word Amen. Amen. We say Amen at the end of so many things, right? So this reinforces the notion that Judaism is a very circular, connected concept religion, right? Once we get to the end of something, we pretty much start over, don't we? We get to the end of the Torah scroll, we Hazak, Hazak, Vanit, Hazek, we switch it all back and we start over again. You know, we pray 3 times a day. Feels like as soon as we finish, at least on Shabbat, you have a little break. The next thing you know, it's time to do Mincha and Mariv, right? So it's just conceptually, I like the idea. I like the way he explains it. So it's very lovely. All right, so we're going to jump in and start reading. I think Karen was the last one to read. So Marcy, would you read the first 2 lines?
Looking for the,
Absolutely.
All right,
she
hold
sent
on.
me
Paul, I think you need to mute, or you need to
oh,
just be quieter.
okay.
Okay.
Ein Kelohenu, Ein Kadonenu, Ein Kemalkenu, Ein Kamoshienu.
That was lovely, beautiful, very nice pronunciation. Thank you so much. Maxine, will you do the lines that start with the Mem?
Okay. Okay. Mi Kelohenu, Mi Kadonenu, Mi Kamakenu, Mi Kamoshienu.
Okay, so the third one, you mispronounced a teeny bit, so read it again for me.
Okay, with the third one?
The third one.
Okay. Mi Kamalkenu.
Chimalkenu. This one's the tricky one, okay? And I'll tell you why. So you did the one after it beautifully, Mi Chimoshienu. But this one, so the Chaf has a shva under it, those 2 dots, which is a short sound. But because the Mem then has the under it, Chimal Kenu. It's hard to do because the Mem with the Lamed comes together. So I'm just saying it's tricky, okay?
Yeah.
But you break it down a little bit and you have to slow down sometimes for this particular word.
Right.
But nice, very nice, thank you.
Rachel, can I ask a question? Can I ask a
Yes,
question?
yes.
But shouldn't it be more like the ch sound in this case?
Chimalkenu, yes.
Yeah, I
Chimalkenu.
didn't hear her. I didn't hear the ch. Yeah,
Yes, yeah,
okay, want to make sure.
yes. So the Mems, Mi Chelohenu, right? I have a little bit of a scratchy throat. I've been talking so much today. Mi Chadonenu, right? Then Mi Chimalkenu. You have to slow down for that one. Chimalkenu, Mi Chimoshienu, right? My throat is just getting so dry. All right, Sivi Ann, will you read the next two lines.
Sure. Noda Lelohenu, Noda Ladonenu, Noda Lemalkenu, Noda Lemoshienu.
Beautiful, very well done.
Yeah. Well,
Diana,
the second line is different.
Excuse me, what page are you on?
what book are you in?
Ain Kelohenu. That's
No.
wrong.
So we're not using that book right now.
Oh, okay.
I mean, let's see, I guess you can find the prayer in that book.
I'll find it, okay?
We're using a prayer book, but in the Ein Kelohenu book, page page 10, I think, page 13, the prayer is written in several places, but we're all looking in the Siddur.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Okay, Diana, I think, were you reading?
I was just about to, okay.
Okay,
Baruch Eloheinu, Baruch Adonenu, Baruch Malkeinu, Baruch Moshienu.
lovely, thank you. Lorraine, will you continue for us?
Atahu Eloheinu, Atahu Adonenu, Atahu Malkeinu, Atahu Moshienu.
Very well done, thank you.
Excuse me, what page are you on in the other prayer book? Sim Shalom?
Sim Shalom, I'm on 508. Do you see it there?
You sent me a PDF because I didn't have a prayer book, Siddur Sim Shalom.
I
But
did.
that only goes to page 311.
Try page 182.
Okay. I'll try.
182?
Yes.
Okay, 182, that sounds good too. Let's see what I'm finding at 182. Not in my version.
I don't know what year this is.
Yeah, well, that's always the issue.
Well, mine says 218.
All right,
2000.
well, try 218 then. There's so many different versions of this book out there.
What version should we have for the class if I was going to get a version?
It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. I
doesn't?
mean, quite honestly, if you're gonna buy a new book by Lev Shalem, you can go to the Rabbinical Assembly website and get Lev Shalem. It's not very expensive at all. I think it's under $25. The problem is that the shipping is almost as much as the book. You can also get it on Amazon. I think one of
Okay.
my other students got it from Amazon and she said it was like $70. But but quite honestly, if you're going to buy a book by Lev Shalem, it's the most current. It has great notes in it. It has great explanation. It's the right book to buy.
Really all kinds of interesting.
Okay.
Okay, I'll look for next week.
Okay, Cindy, do you have the Ein Kelohenu book, the PDF of the book, so you can look there too?
Oh, they sell us for $29.40 down.
Anyway,
Yeah,
I
was looking at the PDF that you sent me that I had asked for, so that's why
Yeah.
I didn't print it out.
And
So
of
I'm
course,
just having
yes.
trouble finding
And
it.
I didn't look at the page number in that book. I only looked at my physical book. So I'm sorry I couldn't give you that page number.
No, that's okay. Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. So Sivian read, right?
Oh, I found it.
Yes.
I found it. It's on 182. Okay.
Okay, all right. So we're on the very last line of the prayer. And Sandy, will you read for us?
Atahu, excuse me, Atahu shehiktiru avotenu lifanecha et ketoret
Perfect.
hasamim.
Very nice. You all are very accomplished readers. Really, you're doing great. So I'm very pleased. Okay, so did anyone look at the little video that did I include a video of the prayer in my email? I think I did.
Yes.
I
Yes.
think you did. Yeah.
Okay. You want to sing along with that now that we've read through it? I can pull that up if you give me a second.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, give me 1 second. I have to.
Turn the phone off.
Okay. Oh, I'm going to show you a couple things, actually. All right, give me 1 second.
Now, when you look at me now, it's reversed.
Okay, so what are we doing in Kelohenu? You know what? I had it up for so long and now I took it down. Where did I put it?
I was doing something the other day. It wasn't that. It was nearer.
Everything Mocha. Okay, of course, everything that I want is not where I wanted. I apologize. Here it is. Let me make
In
sure.
Kelohenu by Freud.
Okay, here it is. All right, I'm going to share my screen. All right, everyone can see it? Okay. I'm gonna, if you're gonna sing with us, you should mute, okay? I don't. I can't mute everyone. I apologize. Not when I'm sharing my screen. So mute yourselves, okay? And I am good. You guys look mostly muted. Okay, I'm gonna push go and we're gonna chant together. I'm gonna actually mute myself too so we can chant together.
Ein Kelohenu, ein Kadonenu, ein Kimakenu, ein Kimoshienu, mi Elohenu, mi Chadonenu, mi Chimakenu, mi Chimoshienu, Nodel Elohenu, Nodel Adonenu, Nodel Makenu, Nodel Moshienu, Baruch Elohenu, Baruch Adonenu, Baruch Makenu, Baruch Moshienu, Atahu Elohenu, Atahu Adonenu, Atahu Makenu, Atahu Moshienu, Atahu Shektiru Avotenu, Nefanecha Ektoret Hasami.
Well, he sings beautifully, a little fast, but beautifully, right? Okay. All right, so you should all unmute. Oh, I shouldn't have closed the book. How silly of me. So now turn the page in your book and you should have the prayer Aleinu. Okay. And we're gonna read this. Again, in Sidur's Lev Shalem, you have some notes about when to bow and things like that, that we don't have in Siddur Sim Shalom. So Diana, you're gonna have to mute again. Thank you. But we're gonna talk about the bowing in just a minute as we get there, okay? But I would like us to just start by reading. And so I'm gonna call on someone. And I apologize if I'm not getting to you in a good order. I'm really just trying to go down my list. So Sherry, do you have Aleinu open?
Yes, I do.
Perfect. Will you read to the first comma?
Okay, got it. The first line then.
Yeah, it's really the first line, depending. Yeah, I have an extra word at the end of that line after the comma, but I figure the comma is a good indicator for everybody.
Aleinu Lash, I'm trying not to sing it.
Right, try
Aleinu-
not to sing, just read.
Aleinu Lashabet HaLahakol.
Okay, we're gonna slow down.
Adon
Okay?
HaKol, yeah.
Okay.
Aleinu Lashabet Adon HaKol.
All right, the second word is what's tripping you up, okay? In the second word, the word is lishabeach, and the last
Lishabeach.
letter is that very unusual a chet at the end of the word with a under it, a patach under it. That's that horizontal line. It's pronounced when you have the chet, the patach under it as the last part, the very last letter of a word, it gets inverted and pronounced ach rather than cha. So I think of it as literally you read up from the bottom, the ah before the chet, so it's ach. So the word is lishabeach.
Aleinu l'shabed ach la'adon hakol.
Mhm. Keep going. Oh, I'm sorry. Go to the next comma. I apologize.
Okay. Latet gudla lo yotzer bereshit.
Very nice. Latet gedula leyotzer bereshit. Very nice. Thank you. Karen, will you continue to the next comma?
Shalo asanu kigur kigur ray.
So I'll help. So you could go yay. Could go yay.
Kivo a.
So let's break it down. You have a kaf, a gimel, and the vav with the dot on top for your vowel O, right?
Okay.
Could go. And then you have a double yud with two dots under it for A, but the yud, the double yud's going to be yay.
Kivo yay.
Mhm.
Arate sot.
So under the resh is a little T.
Harat, yeah. Harat sot. Below samenu.
Under the mem is another little T.
Samanu.
Mhm.
Ish pachot hadama.
So under the aleph is a
Adama.
thank you, ha'adama. Exactly. And that's the thing about this. There's vowels, or I should say syllables here, that when we sing it, we don't think about. But when we read it, we want to pronounce. So ha'adama. Thank you. Marcy, will you read to the end of the line then? The period is what I'm saying. We can't hear. Oh, you're muted. Yeah, I'm sure you're reading beautifully, but we can't hear you.
Okay. All right, where was I? Shalom Sam Ha Hello Hi Eloheinu.
Okay, let's break this one down. So you have the chet with eh and a lamed with a shpa. So the lamed with the shpa means it's
This is so little. I
so
think I'm
tiny.
just, yeah.
Okay, this is the thing.
Oh,
Exactly.
there you go. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, there it was.
So shalom sam, then we're that.
Halkenu.
There you are. Perfect.
Much better. Vigoralenu. Kechol hamonam.
Okay, lovely. But I'm going to take you back to the go ra lenu. Under the resh is that little T again. So the way the word breaks down into syllables, the go ra lenu. Okay.
Vigoralenu. Okay.
Lovely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Sandy, will you read? Oh gosh, this one doesn't have, oh, it does have a comma, but it's pretty well into it. Read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Read 8, the first 8 words.
Starting with Va'anachnu Korim.
Exactly.
Okay, Va'anachnu Korim Umishtacha Vim Umodim. Lifnei Melech Malchei Hamlachim.
Perfect. Stop right there. So stop right there with Hamlachim. You read beautifully. Thank you. I want to talk about the choreography of this line. And he explains it in the textbook. And in your Lev Shalem, you probably have this red little squiggly forward line on in the right hand the side of the page or line. Okay, that means that we bow here actually. The way the meaning of the line, and we bow before our king essentially, but Va'anachnu korim. Oh, and we bend the knee and bow is what it says. So Va'anachnu is we, korim, bend our knee. So most people because they see that little squiggly line at the right-hand side, they start doing it at the very beginning of the phrase, Vanachnu korim. I was taught you don't actually bend your knee until you say you're going to bend your knee. So Vanachnu, we're standing up, korim, we bend our knee a little bit, umishtachavim umodim, and we lean forward and we bow forward, okay? And then the next phrase, Lifnei melech malchei hamlachim, before our king, our great one, right? So when you go to Lifnei, before, you want to be standing up and be upright again. Lifnei melech malchei hamlachim. So that's the choreography, okay? Just so now you know. So now we're after the word hamlachim. Karen, right? Karen, you just read, I'm pretty sure. Am I right about that? I apologize. No, Sandy just read. So and Karen read before, right? I try to go around the boxes and sometimes I get confused what box I'm on. So Sivian, will you pick up?
Hakadosh Baruch Hu, Shehu Noteh Shamayim Yo say sound. Is that a down?
It's two dots. Yotzed.
Yosaid Eretz.
Aretz. There's an ah under the aleph. It's very common to say Eretz when it's and they both mean about the same thing, but sometimes it's ah, sometimes it's eh. Very nice. Aretz, exactly. Okay. I think we have a few more minutes to go a little further. Marcia, will you continue?
Umoshav Yikaro Bashamayim.
Under the bet, there's a ah. So
Is that? Yes, I see it. Bashamayim Mameha.
So under the first mem is one dot for e.
Me.
Me
Mea.
Mi ma'al, because those are two horizontal lines. Mi ma'al. Okay, good. Thank you. Lorraine, will you continue?
Ush hinat. Uzur.
That's uzo. Okay, there's no resh. So let's talk about this for a second. So you have an ayin with 3 dots going down. So that's u. And you have a zayin, and in this zayin they put a dot, nikud. That dot doesn't mean anything to us. I know it's confusing. We've never seen a zayin with a dot in it before. This has to do with an emphasis of how this particular author editor wants you to put the emphasis on the zayin, uzo. And the final vowel obviously is the vav with the dot on the top of vav cholem. So that's o. So it's uzo. Okay, does that help?
Yes. I'm having trouble seeing the vowels too, I have to say.
Well, and that's, yeah, I understand.
Hey.
Yes.
Okay. Mimorim.
So
Mimorim.
So you're tripping yourself up. You're going a little fast. So with the mem and a shava under it, you get m, and then you have a resh with a vav cholem for the o. Miro meme. Okay. Miro meme. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So we're gonna end because it is 1:30. So what I'd like to do next week is pick up with Aleinu. I would like us to do the entire Aleinu, even, I don't know if at your show, some of it they do silently, or if they sing through, or they mumble through part of the middle part and then pick up again with the singing. We're gonna learn to read it smoothly, beginning to end, okay? This was wonderful. You guys are accomplished readers. I'm really pleased. I'm gonna send you an email in just a few minutes, probably, summarizing what we did, giving you some links to help practice with practicing. I don't know if any of you are familiar with Behrman House. It's a resource online. I'll send you the link for the prayer in Behrman House. You click on the word and it reads it for you. You can have it read smoothly, or you can just click on any particular word and it'll read it for you. And it's really a great resource. And as soon as I get the sign-in numbers from Julia, hopefully maybe I'll wait to send you the email. If she hasn't already sent me those numbers, I'll include it in the email and you can just write it down in an easy place for you, okay? If you have any questions, email me back. Otherwise, Shabbat Shalom, and we'll see each other next Friday.
Shabbat shalom.
Shalom.
Thank you.